Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our discussion of what my colleague Nick and I think are some great ways to attract more advertisers to your site. And I'm Paige.
I'm Nick.
And we both work at Blog Ads, which specializes in online advertising. And on the screen you'll see some information including our Twitter handles, so please feel free to contact us if you have any questions about any of the information we're covering.
So we're here to help you answer this question today. Does your blog need a makeover? When you look at your blog, does something seem to be missing? Something like ads? Maybe your traffic is slumping or leveling off, or maybe you just feel left behind on current trends. In any case, if you think your blog could use a fresh start with advertisers, then this is the webinar for you.
All right, so some of the main points we really want to drive home today include having your site specialized in a specific topic, engaging your readers often and consistently, building community among and with your readers, providing prime advertising visibility, offering a wide range of advertising options, and finally giving the extra effort in building long-lasting relationships with your advertisers.
So the first topic we'd like you to consider what is the specific topic that you cover that no one else is handling, or niche, depending on how you pronounce this. So I think this is really important for a blogger to really have their own niche, because with it comes their own built-in audience, and with every audience comes their own built-in advertisers. So how do you do this? Well, first you claim authority on a topic. If you find that there are very few experts on something about which you're passionate and knowledgeable, you should seize that opportunity to own the topic and to be the expert yourself. So find something as specific as possible and own it. So we're going to look at a couple blogs in our network that are doing a great job of carving their own niche, and because of it have seen great success with traffic and advertisers. The first such blog is Design Seeds. This is as specific as it gets. Every post is the same format. It's a nice inspiration photo with a color palette inspired by the photo. Now, this has worked out in ways that the blogger could not have foreseen thanks to something called Pinterest. If you're not aware of Pinterest yet, it's a very hot topic in social media circles right now. It's basically a social sharing site where users can pin or post photos that they find from around the web. Well, because Design Seeds is so visual, it's kind of perfect for Pinterest. And because of that, she's been seeing up to 35% of her traffic being driven directly from Pinterest. So, not to say that everybody with a blog can thrive on Pinterest, but this is just an example of some built-in benefits of claiming your own niche. Once upon a time, if you can imagine this, the web was not totally dominated by images of cute animals. I know that's hard to imagine, but the blogger behind Cute Overload saw a growing interest in a genre that was not yet established, the genre being pictures of cute animals that you can look at while you're at work. And she became a leader in the niche by helping to carve it out and by doing it really well. And this blog has been around for years now, and it's a favorite amongst advertisers as well as her fans. Here's a newer blog that we've just been seeing get a lot of traffic over the last year or so. This is Damn You Autocorrect. Now, what they did here was they found something that anybody with a smartphone can relate to. Basically, the premise is this. If you've tried to type the word bus into your phone and it produces the word bison and you had a good laugh or LOL over it, then this is the kind of thing that Damn You Autocorrect wants you to submit. And it's very popular because it's very relatable, and the more popular it becomes with audiences, the more popular it becomes with advertisers. So how can I be the next Damn You Autocorrect, you're wondering? Well, if you've ever asked yourself the question, why isn't anybody else talking about this? Then you should be the one talking about this. Another consideration to make when thinking about your blog in terms of attractiveness to advertisers is, how frequently should I post? Well, would you buy a newspaper if every day the articles never changed? Probably not. And that newspaper probably wouldn't sell a lot of advertising. So why does frequency of posts matter? Well, if you post frequently in a style that people enjoy, they're more likely to return or to subscribe to your blog via Google Reader or any other RSS service. And you can attract more readers by posting frequently. And you do this by something called SEO, or search engine optimization. A lot of people put a lot of thought and effort into search engine optimization, but really the more content, the more keywords that you are typing and putting into your blog, the more searchable you are on Google, Yahoo, and other search engines. So more content means more potential readers who haven't even found you yet. More content also means more opportunities to share your content through social media. So if you post 5 times a day, those are 5 opportunities for your readers to share their favorite posts on Facebook, maybe turn their friends on to you. And finally, on a really practical base level, if an advertiser is thinking about buying ads on your blog, they're going to come and visit your blog and see what it's all about. And if they do that and see a post that says, "Sorry, it's been a while, you guys," they're not going to find your blog very topical or timely, and they'll probably move on to the next one. So how often should you post? Well, there isn't a real answer. There's not a global answer for everybody, but there's a way that you can figure it out yourself. You can identify your goals. So what is the purpose of your blog? Are you a thoughtful essayist, or do you like to post timely gossip news? Know your audience. What do they expect from you? Do they expect to read a 500-word story with their cup of coffee in the morning, or do they just want to know who's dating who in Hollywood? And finally, experiment a little bit. If you post once a day for a week, and then the next week post 3 days a week, you might notice a difference in your traffic, you might not. So just experiment, have fun, but make sure to post consistently and in a style that people enjoy. Another big factor behind the success of blogs as far as advertisers are concerned is a community around your blog. Why? Well, the more sharing and engagement there is around your blog, the more proof there is to an advertiser that there's real people who are actually reading your blog and who might actually click on their ads and buy their goods. So how can you prove to advertisers that you have a community? Well, a couple ways are kind of old school, but they're still pretty tried and true. One is commenting. We know that people don't comment as much as they used to now that social media allows people to comment in other forums. But if an advertiser shows up on your blog and all they see is zeros underneath each post, they're going to think your blog's a ghost town, and they're not going to think there are any people for them to advertise to. So we know it's tough to get comments out of your readers, but you can solicit a response within your post. You can comment back if somebody does comment, keep the conversation going, make it look lively. Another kind of old school way of showing off your community is through forums. Some blogs have their own forums. It's a great place for people to kind of go to another channel to talk about the blog and its topics and possibly talk about the advertisers. So then I also mentioned Facebook and Twitter. These are newer ways, but and it's kind of cliched to say join the conversation when you're talking about Twitter, but in some circles, Twitter really is where the conversation is. So make sure that you, as a blogger, are the thought leader in the right circles, and you will definitely look more attractive to would-be advertisers.
And do not underestimate the importance of customizing your advertising links and pages. It's best for them to match or at least complement your site's design. And no matter what advertising platform you use, you want to try to implement as much customization as possible. So here on the cuteoverload.com homepage, you can see that the ad area on the right matches the site's content on the left. The link colors match perfectly, and it just provides really nice consistency. Ad order page, there's customization with the design. For that so the pink readers. Colors matching his site that you can see right there as a background, and he also has customization for the content on the ad order page. So on the right side you can see a lot of demographic information that's been included, as well as testimonials, and that's something that advertisers definitely appreciate.
And just, I wanted to make a quick point. So Paige mentioned that this is Perez Hilton's ad order page, and you might be thinking, what is that? How did he get that? Every blogger in the Blog Ads Network gets one of these provided for them when they join our network. But they don't look like this right off the bat. So the point is, add your own header to it, add testimonials, add traffic information, anything you can. Even if you're not a Blog Ads blogger, your WordPress or whatever platform you're using will probably allow you to create pages. So make a advertiser facing page and continue to attract new advertisers that way.
Yeah. And the next example is from the blogger for galadarling.com, who has created such a page for her advertisers. And there's a tab at the top of her site for that's specially designated for small business advertisers. And she's taken the initiative to provide lots of detail for prospective advertisers. And so when advertisers visit your site, the first thing they're going to want to see is their ad, or at least where they can expect to see their ad once they purchase it. So keep the ad strip next to content as much as possible. You want to make sure you're offering quality placement, and that'll bring the advertisers coming back. So visibility is key, and if they go to your site and they don't see a link signaling to advertise, or if it's low on the page, then they won't even know it's an option. And if they don't know it's an option, then they're not going to purchase. And then if they do purchase and they have trouble finding their ad once it's started running, then they're likely not to return for future purchases.
Does your blog look like it's stuck in the 1990s? If this is something you've noticed, then it's definitely something that advertisers are taking note of. And while we know that most bloggers are writers and not necessarily designers, there are a few things that you can do to make sure your blog looks contemporary and up to date. One of which, a very simple fix, is templates. Do you use WordPress or Blogger or even Tumblr? There's a good chance that your blogging platform has pre-designed templates that you can just, with a click of a button, bring your blog up to date and kind of get out of the 90s.
And take notes from sites that you frequent, and just check out their design, see what works, what doesn't work. You can use it as inspiration for adjustments you can make to your own site. And I would suggest decluttering your site. Unnecessary widgets or additions, they can make sites look a bit dated. And also keep in mind that advertisers come with different ad creative and budgets, so try to offer as many options as you can. And some advertisers may have budgets allowing them to purchase larger real estate on your site, but you don't want to exclude smaller budget advertisers either. So Gala Darling carves out a special section on her site just for these small business advertisers with these square ads, these 125 by 125 ads. And they're affordable, so that encourages people to come back. And test what works for your site. So if you offer some options and find that some ad sizes are more popular than others, then you should definitely go with that. But I definitely suggest offering a lot of options and to test it first.
And don't just offer a lot of options, but make sure that your advertisers are aware that they have a lot of options. So just to segue from Paige's point about Gala Darling, the page we were just looking at, when she introduced those new ad spaces, she put up a blog post, and you can actually see the top of it. It says, "Hooray, I'm now offering ad spaces for small businesses." She sold 50 of those ads the first day that they were available. So there are these success stories out there that you can learn from. And so that just gets us talking now about pricing. Why was she able to sell so many? Well, she found the right price point for small advertisers. So you don't want to just encourage, or we're not just encouraging a variety of ad units, but also a variety of prices. We want to make sure that there's something for every advertiser. Even the largest sites in our network reserve ad space for the smaller DIY advertisers who might have a smaller budget. And then in addition to your price points, something else to consider is discounts. If you're a blog ads blogger, we actually have a function in our backend called discount codes. You can create a discount code, make it your own coupon, make your own flash sale, write a blog post and say, all ads are 50% off this weekend. You can do that whether or not you're in the Blog Ads Network, but we definitely encourage you to create discounts, create excitement over your advertising, because you never know who in your audience has just been waiting for the right chance to buy ads on your site. A lot of times we've heard from bloggers who have had readers who thought that advertising was out of their budget. Well, if you have discounts and you make it clear that, hey, you can advertise on my site for $50 a week or whatever it is, you might attract people who would have otherwise hesitated to buy ads.
And it's important to try to establish a personal relationship with your advertisers and let them know that their business is very much appreciated. So saying thank you is a great way of initiating the conversation and reminding them to come back. So say thank you and see if they have any comments. If you can email them, that's great. And you can also offer a discount code for their next purchase. I know that the blogger for yourlifeafter25.com has done this in the past, and advertisers have really responded to it and appreciated it. And people often notice the extra effort and a little personalized attention.
So we like to wrap up each of our webcasts with the 2 takeaways. These are our final 2 cents. If you don't remember anything else from this whole webinar, this is what Paige and I would want you to take away.
And mine is to offer options, and that means placement, pricing, and sizes.
And mine is niche. The more specific you are in your blogging, the more built-in audience you can attract, and the more advertisers will follow them. So that's it for our webcast. If you have any questions, here's our contact information. You can reach Paige and I on Twitter, or you can respond directly to blog ads, post on our Facebook wall. Let us know if you have any questions about this webcast, or if you have any suggestions for future webcasts. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
See you next time.
See you next time.